Okay, there's a lot of snow out there. So no playing outside, no going on the boat. So what are we going to do? We're going to make some Spaetzle today. So for 4 people, I'll take 4 eggs and 1/3 cup of water. And then we mix it in the bowl with a little bit salt, a little nutmeg. And then we mix enough flour in until it gets nice and thick.
Go. Gonna make Spaetzle.
So we got the eggs, the salt, a little bit nutmeg, and the water in the bowl. And now I'm adding flour. On the beginning, I take a whisk until it gets thick. Naturally, you can put the whole thing in the machine, it's a lot easier. But for such a small amount, I don't want to do it in the machine. So it's getting heavy on the whisk. Now I'm going to use a wooden spoon. And the trick for Spaetzle dough is you kind of work a little bit air into the dough, like you lift it up and put air in it. So it's getting pretty thick. That's a good thickness, but it needs a lot more.
I'm gonna turn it off.
Fairly smooth, and you can see the bubbles coming out of the dough. See there how they blow? That is a sign that the dough is nice enough to be done as Spaetzle.
If you were doing that with the Mixmaster, though, you wouldn't see that, right?
No, you just go until the dough is nice and smooth. Okay, that's it.
Okay. How about a smile? Yes.
Now we have the water boiling, and I'm going to put some salt in it. And we're going to use our spatula and clean off our wooden spoon. Now I'm going to show you how in the old times in Germany how we made Spaetzle. We dunk a little wooden board, not this plastic thing, with a sharp edge here, very thin board in the water, and then we smeared some Spaetzle dough on there, took a palette, and then put it in the boiling water just like that.
Cool.
Now, when you do that every day in a professional kitchen, where it is still done in the fine houses, it goes really fast. You get so used to it. I used to be real fast with that. But if you don't do it anymore, then you slow down. Now, the easy way to do this is with a modern gadget now. It's called the Swabian Spaetzle press. So you take this thing, you dunk it a little bit into the water, and then you fill it up with dough. And then we just press this into the boiling water. That is the easy way. So once the Spaetzle come up, I give it another minute or so, couple minutes, to make sure the thicker ones are done inside. Now it's coming back to a boil. And I tenderly mix them up a little bit. Tender is a word. So make sure they really get done. We wait a couple extra minutes now after they come all up. In the meantime, we prepare a bowl with cold water, plenty of it. And as soon as we think they're done, what is about now?
Do you taste them?
No, you just put your salt in the dough and you put your salt in the water.
I meant for doneness.
No, they're done. Once they come up in a couple minutes, then they're done. Sure, you can taste them if you do it the first time.
Cool.
So there is one more way to do those if you don't have a little board and if you don't have the Spaetzle press. In the old times, people used to take just a tin can and punch some holes in it with a fork or anything, or ice pick. Punch it full with holes and then put the dough in the tin can and kind of makes the dough a little thinner and let it drip in. That is not really called Spaetzle, it's called, that's Swiss, it's called Knöpfle, because it gives like little buttons. Knöpfle is a word for buttons. And it's just another way to do it. Now we make sure this all got warm now with that water. We're going to pour it off and put some fresh, more cold water on it. This is our first batch of Spaetzle. Now we put it in a strainer and start our second batch.
Okay.
So now we do the rest of it. Water ready.
See, watch Pat's do boil. Oh, and it's boiling pretty good.
Okay. So our cold water ready. Down, wait a minute or two. Good. Good. They must go in plenty cold water to rinse off all the extra starch what is still on them, and so they don't keep cooking in the hot water or stick together when you take them out of the pot without the cold water. Okay.
So, is that about it now?
Well-
is that the story of Spaetzle?
No, that is not the whole story.
Oh.
This is just making up. Now you got to serve them, right?
Yeah.
So there's different ways to serve them too.
Oh.
One way is you put them back in some fresh salt water, lightly salted water, and heat them up in the water. And then you take some in a separate pan, some butter, let it get a little bit brown, put some breadcrumbs in it, and then you put the breadcrumbs and the butter, maybe with some chopped parsley, over the Spaetzle.
Mm-hmm.
Another way to serve them is you take a pan with butter, you just take the dry Spaetzle after they were sitting in the strainer for a while, put the dry Spaetzle into the hot, nice butter, and heat them up in a frying pan with the butter and serve them like that. There's many dishes you can do with Spaetzle, like Spaetzle omelette where you mix eggs in. You have cheese Spaetzle where you put Swiss cheese mixed in. You have spinach Spaetzle where you put spinach with the Spaetzle, nice white and green. Or like in Swabia, you have lentil soup, what we just did the other day, and you put some Spaetzle in it. Linsen with Spaetzle is a very famous meal there. Now that is it now.
Okay. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Now this is the amount of Spaetzle we got from the 4 eggs and a 1/3 cup of water. This is more than plenty, actually. It's more like for 6 people than for 4. But you never know who's coming for dinner. And a little extra is always good.
I think that's probably more for 8 people, actually. But anyway, my opinion.
There's one more thing. When I make the Spaetzle the day before I need them, then before I stew it, I put a little bit salad oil or canola oil, anything like that. Just a little bit, so they don't stick together and are nice and loose and stay like that. Otherwise they bunch together and get hard and get like a brick. That's all.
Okay.
Wish me a